Okay then, so we're going to just do a little bit of mobilization to start off with. So we'll start just by taking opposite leg and arm out to the side, just stepping out to the side with the opposite arm and leg, starting to warm up. Left my watch over there. Carry on. And then we're going to move into taking the leg behind. So we're stepping behind with the opposite arm to leg. And try and get as much movement in the hip as you can. So going down low and stepping quite a way over. You should start to feel that in your glutes a little bit as well. And then we're going to take that into a backwards lunge. So just step back and then take the arms across your body and just give yourself a bit of a hug. Then open them out and put the other arm on top and do the same. We'll do that once more. So swapping the arm that's on top. And then we're going to step forward, step back with the other leg. Giving yourself a hug, one arm on top and then the other. And then the same again. And then we'll do that one more time. So stepping back, arms hug. And then stepping back. Giving yourself a nice hug. Okay, and then we're going to go up into a standing position. Take your feet back hip width apart, bit of bend in the knees. Just going to take the arms out to the side, take them above your head and then put them in a prayer position and then just drop that down behind you so that your fingers are pointing down to the floor. So we're just going to big circle up into a prayer position and then drop down the back. Okay, a few more of those. And try and pull your shoulders back if you can, so that you're getting a nice range of movement in the shoulders. One more. Okay, and then we're just going to go into the wrists. So just take one hand out in front and the other hand back here, and we're stretching through the wrists, so pressing the hands forward, and we'll alternate. We're going to do some press ups, so it's nice to get some movement in the wrists. And then press both out together. And then we're going to go the other way, so pressing the hands down towards the floor. So forwards, alternate the hands. And then just press both of them forwards. Brilliant. Okay, so just take some big circles with the arms. Take some deep breaths in and out. Brilliant. Okay, so we're going to start today on the floor on all fours, and we're going to start with fire hydrant. So working into the glutes, and we're going to do 30 seconds of each exercise. So we're going to do about 15 seconds on one side and 15 on the other for fire hydrant. So just get yourself in a all fours position. We're going to have knees underneath the hips, the hands underneath the shoulders, making sure that the core is engaged. So not dropping down. We're trying to keep this nice and neutral through the spine and the core. And we're just going to take the leg out to the side and then back down, and then on the other side doing the same. So movement, we're moving into the hips and we're working the glutes here. So we're going to start, so taking the leg out to the side. Really engaging through that core and looking down towards the floor or the mat so that your spine is nice and neutral. And then we're going to swap to the other side. So just taking that leg out to the side. We've got a few more. And then lower it down. Okay, so we're going to go straight into a press up. So if you haven't done press ups for a while, then you're probably going to want to do a modified press up. So we're keeping the knees on the floor and the feet on the floor. And we're going to press up in that position. So keeping a nice straight line through the body. We can either do that If you want a little bit more, you can take the feet off the floor, and you can always try a full press up if you want to. But if you haven't done them for a while, then I would stick with a modified one, so that you have good form. Try and keep the elbows in next to your ribs. So we're trying not to let the elbows flare out to the side. Pressing through the fingers, we're going to start 30 seconds. So just pressing down and up. Looking down at the mat or your carpet, floor, whatever it is. A few more left. 10 seconds. Okay, and back up. Then we're going to come up to standing, and we're going to go into a squat position. So let's get my watch on. Take your feet around about just wider than hip width apart. We're going to take the arms out in front of us as we squat down. So I'm just going to show you from the side as well. It's like we're sitting down on a chair. So we're going to do 30 seconds, pressing back and then up. Pressing back and then up. Try and go low if you can, but make sure that your spine is nice and neutral. So if you're going down and you're folding forward, then you want to go a little bit less low. Looking straight ahead. Arms are just coming out to shoulder level. And we'll do one more. And then back up to standing. Okay, we're going to go back down again onto the floor. And we're going to go into a kind of modified mountain climber. So we're going to do a down dog and then into mountain climber. So what we'll do, we'll press back, hips back into that down dog position. And then we're going to come forward, bringing the knee forward, and then get pressed back. And then we'll do another 2 forward, press back. Okay, so that's what we're aiming to do. A little bit like a mountain climber, we'll do 30 seconds. So press all the way back. Bringing the knee forward in between the hands. Press all the way back. Knee forward. Pressing back. Knee forward. So we're also getting a little bit of a stretch through the hamstrings and through the back of the body here. It's not all about the core in this position. We'll do one more. And then pressing back, brilliant. Okay, so we're going to stand up again. And we're going to do a lateral lunge. So we're going to just stand, go from one side to the other in a lunge position. So we're taking one foot out to the side, bending that knee and coming back to center. And the same on the other side. Okay, so we're going to do 30 seconds on alternating sides. You can do what you want with your hands. I find just keep them out of the way here is quite helpful. If you are using a weight, you might want to hold the weight here, but you don't need to, especially if you've not done anything strength-wise for a while. It's best to just start with body weight. And we've got about 10 seconds left. Taking that foot outside, keeping the front foot facing forward. And then we'll stop at the middle, and we're going to come down onto our fronts again and do swimmers. So this is for shoulder mobilization and a little bit of strength in the back of the shoulders. So we're going to face forehead down on the floor. Put your arms in a kind of goalpost position so they're at 90 degrees angle. And then we're going to just lift the hands and the elbows off the floor, squeezing the shoulder blades together. Okay, so just squeezing the shoulder blades in together and then lowering, squeeze and lower. And just think about what else is starting to move. So try and relax the lower part of your body because it might start wanting to get involved. We're focusing on the shoulders and squeezing between the shoulder blades as if you've got something in between the shoulder blades and you're trying to squash it together. Okay, one more. Awesome. Okay, so we're going to do the circuit again. So we're coming back onto all fours for fire hydrants. So just taking the leg out to the side, alternating legs. Just check in that you are in a nice neutral position for your all fours. Knees are under hips, hands under shoulders. We've got 10 seconds left. Really engage through that core. And one more. Okay, and lower. And then we're going to go into our press up. So modified press up, full press up, whatever you want to do. I'm going with a modified. My shoulders are a little bit twingy today. And keeping those elbows into the side if you can. We're halfway through. Looking down at the mat, keeping a nice neutral spine, engaging all the way through the core. If you need to take a break, you can do. We've only got a few seconds left. And last one. Well done. Okay, coming up to stand. And we're going to go into a squat. So feet a little bit wider than hip width apart. Taking the hands out in front, and we're squatting down. Nice and low if you can. So we're pushing the bottom back and then straightening the legs. A few more left. And about 2 more, I think. And the last one. Awesome. And then we're going to go into down dog again. So down dog into mountain climber. So press back through the heels, bringing one knee forward, and then the other, then press back again. And then press back again. Just make sure you're pressing through the fingers so that you've got a really nice base, firm position to go from. Pressing back. Okay, and last one, press back. Okay, and then we're going to come back up to our lateral lunge. So stepping out to the side, alternate sides. Hopefully you're getting a little bit warmer and a bit more out of breath. Starting to feel the body kind of warming up for the day. It's a good prep for if you were going to go out and run or anything like that. This is really good mobilization to help you. Okay, last one. And then we're going to come down onto the floor again for our swimmers. Last exercise, and then we've got one more round to do. So I remember we're squeezing the shoulder blades in, so try and keep everything else relaxed. Forehead on the floor so that the neck is nice and long and it's not in an arched position. This one should be a bit more relaxing. I'll do one more. And then release. Then we're going to come onto all fours for our final round. So we've got fire hydrants to start with. Onto all fours, taking one leg out to the side and then the other. looking down at the mat or the floor, engaging through the core and also focusing on that glute as well. If you haven't done these for a while, you might feel this tomorrow. It's funny, it feels easy at the time and then quite often get sore muscles from this one. Okay, one more to each side. Brilliant, and then we're going into our press up. So last round of press ups. Pressing down and up. Again, neutral through the body, making sure there's a straight line. You can spread your fingers on the mat if you want to, just to help you have a bit more even pressure through the hand. Keep breathing as well. And we've got a few more seconds left. And last one. And pressing up, well done. Okay, coming up to a squat. So feet just wider than hip width. Sitting back nice and low. We might do a hold on this one today, on the last one, sorry. See if we can hold for 10 seconds. Okay, so on this one, we're going to hold and breathe. Engaging through the core as well in this position, and then coming back up to standing. Brilliant. Okay, so down onto the mat again, or the floor. We're going to do our down dog into mountain climbers. So pressing back onto your heels and bringing the feet forward, then pressing back. Starting to do mountain climbers then on autopilot. Bringing the knees in between the hands, pressing all the way back. Knees between the hands, and then pressing back. Knees between hands, and then press back. We'll do one more because they're just fun. In between the hands, and then pressing back. Brilliant, well done. Okay, so we've got our lateral lunges next. So we're going to come back up to standing. Hands across the chest if you want. We're just going to step from side to side, keeping the feet facing forward if you can. It doesn't matter if the one that's stepping out goes slightly out towards the direction it's pointing in, but try and keep the one that's in the middle facing forwards. You might have to look down to see if you're doing that. Okay, we'll do one more to each side. And then we're going to go down onto the ground again, and we're going to go into our swimmers. So lying on our belly, forehead on the floor, and then just squeezing the shoulder blades together. Nice elongated neck. Remember, we're trying not to squeeze the glutes together or the lower thighs. We're just trying to engage those shoulders. And you also might feel a bit of stretch through the chest. Okay, release. We'll do one more side and then release down. Okay, brilliant. So we'll do a few little release postures now. So we'll just, first of all, come into a kind of cobra position. So the elbows underneath the shoulders and the hands in line with the elbows. So make sure that those are all lined up nicely. And then just feel the lower back release into the floor. So we sometimes tend to kind of like try and push like this. What I want you to focus on instead is allowing this area of the body, this lower back, to just melt into the floor. And then think about dropping the shoulders down as well. You can look ahead. And take some deep breaths into the belly there as you relax. So as you breathe in, you'll feel, hopefully, the belly in contact with the floor. As you breathe out, let that lower back sink down, and the shoulders as well. Then we're just going to look over our shoulder to the left leg. Make sure nothing sort of moves in the upper body, so it's tempting to kind of shift your arms around. Just move as far as you can without moving your arms and elbows. And then we're going to look over the other side. Nice calm breathing as you're here. And then forward. And we'll look over again to the left-hand side. Back to the center. And then looking over the right. And then back to the center. Okay, so we're now going to just press up and back onto the heels. Walk your fingers forward and drop the forehead down. And feel a release through the upper back. You can shift your hips from side to side if you want to, just to loosen out in the hips. And then just come onto all fours and thread your right hand through underneath your left hand, and then we're going to release down there, so we're getting a bit of a shoulder release and a twist. Looking towards your right hand and breathing. And when you breathe, breathe into your belly here. So feel it moving in and out. And slowly just unthread that arm. Place it in front of you. You can move backwards and forwards a little bit. And then we'll thread the left hand through and drop the cheek down, looking at that left hand, turning the face to look at that left hand. Again, think about your breathing. So breathing in to the belly and out through the out, releasing all the air. Okay, then we're coming back slowly up to center, and then we'll do a little bit of fly. Do a little bit of leg, lower body release. So just first of all, put your feet together so that your knees are pointing out to the side in this butterfly position, and then they don't need to be close into your body, they can be quite far away. And then we can just lean forward and try and release a little bit through the glutes. And maybe in the inner thighs, you'll feel this as well. So we're trying to imagine those hip sockets pushing back and our torso is coming forward. So we're trying to reach forwards as if something is pulling you from the top of your head. Dropping the knees down as well. And big belly breaths here. One more breath in and out. And then we'll just take the left foot in and the right foot out. With your your toes pointing towards you. You're just going to face towards that right foot. And then for me, this is probably enough, just sitting up and pressing myself forward. I can feel that in my hamstring already. You might be able to come down and release a bit more into that leg. So trying to twist the hips and your torso so that it's facing towards that foot. And then just releasing down if you can. As much as you can, as long as you can feel something, it's good. And as you breathe, trying to relax into the position. Don't judge where you are. Everybody's different in these releases. Some people are more flexible. It doesn't mean anything. We'll take one more breath in and out here, and then we'll swap sides. Okay, bringing that right foot in, left foot out. And then turning to face the left foot. Toes towards you. And then just leaning forwards as much as you can. As I said, don't worry if you can't. As long as you get some feeling in the muscles there. Trying to release it as well. Nice big breaths. Okay, one more breath in and out. And then just come back up. Well done, everyone. Thanks for joining me today, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Take care and see you soon.